Thank you, YouTube, for a great platform where we can all share. And blessed is each and every person that takes this message. An elaborate title to this message is Fixing the World. If you receive this message on its own, then I recommend you first get the message for the Israelis and the other to the Palestinians in that order. Without their context, your spirit will not be correct. After the knowledge beckoned on me that something broke on the 30th of May 2021, 5 to 10 on that Sunday morning, it is so that something changed either in the world systems or within the divine systems. But there has been a gear change and we have run out of time. A note from me. This is not part of the message for the Israelis or the Palestinians, but it came as separate individual messages during the course of different prayers. But let me start with a prayer. Thank you for the next human being, for without them I cannot be. Thank you for all that created life and the continued grace, for without that we cannot be. To the founders of Google, Mr. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, not that I know, for Google told me so. I actually received your message last, but I took the liberty of sorting it according to my opinion in terms of urgency to the world. We have to build a small but powerful research medical facility in South Africa. This will become the saving grace for humanity, for you will discover the real answer to many current diseases. I say medicine because it is the best way to describe the type of product provided, but it goes much wider than that. The only clue I can provide is it will exist with much controversy. For this reason, South Africa is a safe haven for its well-being, because you will not abide by the normal medical fraternities, and you will be revolutionary in your approach to medicine, and that is where the success will lie. But most of all, the people of Africa will be the most in need and will believe in you the most. A personal note, maybe a favor is more appropriate. All I ask that a picture of my mother and that of other loved ones lost to cancer be placed in the hall of remembrance. As humans, if you want to leave a legacy of goodwill with what life has blessed you with, then this is what you must do. To Mr. Motsepe, urgent for our country, it says. We have to start an organization taking care of a process of building and ensuring the voice of every citizen carries weight. Starting with our country, it might spread around the world. But that weight must take a country into a great future. It is not just important for us, but for the world, for soon we will serve as a safe haven for the world. But if we don't act, we cannot serve this function. The only clue I can provide is it starts with the great constitution of our country, and it makes it conducive to perpetually live itself out in every citizen. And if we are committed enough for generations to come. As a human, if you want to leave a legacy of goodwill with what life has blessed you with, then this is what you must do. To Mr. Mark Shuttleworth, we need to start a technology company, and its primary purpose is to engineer this technology for a people. The potential exists that it can become the primary technology that will serve two-thirds of the world. The only clue I can provide is it will start in the education realm and re-engineer the experience of education for all South Africans first and spill over into the rest of Africa. And whoever else might find benefit across all nations. It is going to be an amazing transformation from people virtually anti-school. It will transform the youth into an energetic and inspired, but most of all, it will fill the great gaps that the current system cannot provide. It is revolutionary, yet requires no unique technology to be invented. We will engineer the system from hardware up and specifically designed for a specific human experience. It should be driven by a trust foundation, requiring no glory for profits or returns, for that is when the greatest benefit will be generated. A personal note. There might be some judgment and reserve to the current South Africa, but that is soon to change, for I know it is a fact that the people of this country are great people, each and every one of them, but that I don't have to convince you. As a human, if you want to leave a legacy of goodwill with what life has blessed you with, then this is what you must do. To Mr. Elon Musk, we need to start a manufacturing facility in this country. The only clue I can give you is this. That spirit of independence and individual character will be back. But this time it will be different. Each and every South African will be proud of being part of it. It will address all of our technical engineering challenges from the highest level to the lowest details, and ranging from farming to power utility entities sprawling across the country according to each flavor and identity. Imagine that. Let's face value judgment not cloud the mind, for this could be a greater marvel ever imagined, yet splendid in simplicity. As a human, if you want to leave a legacy of goodwill with what life has blessed you with, then this is what you must do. To Mr. Mbeki, you need to write a book for the Republic of Africa before you leave this planet. You are our closest representative to Mr. Mandela, and we have to succeed in living up to the legacy of Mr. Mandela. We just have to. Is it just a book? No, it's about an idea that has to manifest. And no, it's about an idea that has to manifest in each and every African. That we can be a great people, but there are certain requirements for successful life. But you already know. I don't have to convince you of anything. For it was placed in your spirit a long time ago. As a human, if you want to leave a legacy of goodwill with what life has blessed you with, then this is what you must do. Mr. and Mrs. Obama. There is a thread binding each and every human being, from the first that was born to the last born in the future. But we do not recognize that thread. You have the gift to rephrase that. You are the one to bring forth exactly what it is. But I don't have to tell you this or convince you of this idea, for you were born with it in your heart. Possibly the circle of influence has made you reluctant to address an issue of such delicate nature. Truth and integrity has many enemies. It is the nature of being holy. It only takes a small drop of ink to spoil a full glass of clear water. But it should not stop us from striving, from being holy, for it is the purpose of life, isn't it? You did notice it started with Mr. and Mrs. Obama. It needs to be so. As a human, if you want to leave a legacy of goodwill with what life has blessed you with, then this is what you must do. The Queen of England, I have much worry for your country and its fate. If in the future we meet, that is the time we can share. Though it will not be an easy task for both of us. But for the sake of this work, your input is required. We have to clean up where we messed up. It is said that Mr. Rhodes made it his great mission to do it for the glory of the Queen of England, and such loyalty I can only but admire. My country is going into an era of reinvention, and we need to rejuvenate the natural materials we have left. You and your people have great experience and the resources to soothe the conscience of that what was left behind. And for some reason, I don't know why or how, your son will play a vital role in its success. There is so much more in this short sentence, which I just can't convey in this work. The only clue I can provide is from under the ground and up to its surface, we have to repair the damage and the poison left by mining and other economically driven ventures. In this duty, we will be able to prepare the ground to a point of great agriculture. If we do not do this, there is great peril that awaits my people. From Cape Town all the way to Limpopo, the old northern Transvaal. We have to show ingenuity to overcome these challenges, and at the same time, great opportunities can be explored. As a human, if you want to leave a legacy of goodwill with what life has blessed you with, then this is what you must do. To Gary Screaminger, you have to set up a child protection center on a farm where every child is your adoptive. A specified number of children is 70. I have no idea why. They must all dwell on the property with separation between boys and girls, but it must be built like a lager. Rondavels housing 3 to 4 children each around a common amenities building. I even know the area is called Heidelberg. So if you live in Heidelberg and you have an inclination to such a godly plan, then please find a way to contact me so we can start as soon as possible. Personal, no. Gary Screaminger only have one daughter, and that was by choice. So I will need all the help I can get. But my life, its talents, is all available for any godly plan brought before me. As a human, if you want to leave a legacy of goodwill with what life has blessed you with, then this is what you must do. Mr. President Donald Trump, I have a simple message for you and your future, but I also just need your counsel. Mr. President Xi Jinping, I don't have much to ask except to confirm that some of your initial industrial projects will be from some of your suppliers. But I do ask for your counsel. There is a previous French president I'm supposed to consult with, but all I know is he's a bit short in stature, and that's all I know. To Mr. Samuel L. Jackson, finally, and even more importantly, is a footprint Mr. Samuel L. Jackson is supposed to leave. Important because it requires a spirit and a medium of communication that carry a great message and affect a people, and if taken to the fullest, could impact the world with a truth. Some of your contemporaries have made their mark in some way or another. You have not achieved yours, Mr. Jackson. This is an important invitation to embark on a terrific journey. The only clue I can provide is that it starts small and insignificant, and it ends in a masterpiece the world has not experienced yet. Thank you. To honor and respect your time, I cut out the conversation with my wife. One cannot help but to ask the question, why call exactly at that time? It's easy. Let us not lose focus on what is most important for us to be great as humans. Thank you. And whoever takes this message, be blessed.